Hi, a pleasure to each and everyone. By the way, my name is Leonard H. Ludovisi. I am here to introduce the group today because we were about to discuss what is position paper. So let's start right away. What are the objectives of a position paper? Here are the three definitions of position paper. To be able to define the goal of a position paper. The second, to be able to identify the various kinds of position paper. And lastly, to be able to understand the guidelines on writing a position paper. Position paper. What is a position paper? It is a written document presenting a stance on an issue. And here are the definition of a position paper. A stand supported by arguments and evidence. It is also a position paper presents an opinion and make a claim or stand about an issue. What are the goals of position paper? The primary goal of a position paper is to declare a position on a certain matter. And the secondary goal of a position paper is to convince or persuade the audience to take that side of an issue. To summarize, a position paper is a concise document presenting an individual's stance on an issue, aiming to persuade others to adopt the same position, influence opinions, and contribute to debates, often with the goal of bringing about societal change through well-founded arguments and evidence.
So, parts of position paper. First, introduction. Start with a topic sentence that attracts attention and summarizes the issue. Inform the reader of your point of view. In this example, the introduction of the paper effectively grabs the attention of the viewers by highlighting the shift of bullying to a new platform due to technology. And this emphasizes the seriousness of bullying, especially in the digital age, that alerts parents to be vigilant about signs and consequences. The mention of embarrassing effects, anxiety, depression, and risk of the suicidal thoughts creates a sense of urgency and concern.
Body. The body states your main arguments. It focuses on three main points. First is general statement of the position. It is clearly stating what you believe about the topic. It should be direct so that readers can understand your stance from the beginning. Second, elaboration that reference documents and sources. It is diving deeper into your position by providing detailed explanation supported by relevant documents and sources of data and every argument that you have. It could be statistical data and testimony. The third one is past experience and authoritative testimony. It is making your paper relatable by including opinions from experts. This adds a real-life touch to your paper, making it stronger. To add, the body also provides counter-arguments against possible weakness of your argument. Example: in the body of this paper, the focus of the argument is clearly stated: cyberbullying and its various forms. It provides evidence by defining cyberbullying and illustrating how it can occur through different online channels. Examples such as harsh responses to social media updates and the posting of private information make the concept tangible for the reader. The mention of teenagers' reluctance to report cyberbullying adds depth to the discussion, addressing potential barriers in addressing the issue.
Conclusion. Summarize then conclude your argument. A conclusion is a final part of a written or spoken work that summarizes the main points, synthesizes the information presented, and often offers insights or recommendations based on the preceding content. It serves to bring closure to the discussion or argument.
Example in this paper,
The conclusion effectively summarizes the impact of cyberbullying, emphasizing embarrassment and its potential consequences. It ties back to the initial concern about parents needing to be aware. The discussion of the link between cyberbullying and suicide serves as a compelling call to action. However, it could be strengthened by offering solutions or resources for addressing and preventing cyberbullying. Overall, it provides a sense of closure and reinforces the urgency of addressing this digital age challenge.
Guidelines on writing a position paper. So, number one, you have to choose an issue. It should be debatable. Select a topic that has varying perspectives or opinions. This ensures there's room for argumentation and analysis. It should also be current or relevant. Focus on issues that are timely and significant in the current context. This makes your position paper more engaging and applicable. It should be written in a question from answerable by yes or no. This helps in clearly defining the stance you will take in your paper. Lastly, it should be narrow and manageable. You must pick a specific aspect of the issue rather than a broad topic. This ensures that your paper is focused and allows for a more in-depth exploration. Number two is to begin the writing process by conducting an in-depth research on the issue. Explore various sources including academic articles, books, reputable websites, and expert opinions. Ensure that you have well-rounded understanding of the topic to support your position effectively.
Make sure to define unfamiliar terms when you first mention them, to ensure that your readers will understand the components of your study in the way that you will be presenting them. Because often your readers may have their own understanding of the terms or not be familiar with them at all. Be aware of the various positions about the issue and explain and analyze them objectively. Position papers are usually one page in length. It should include a brief introduction followed by a comprehensive breakdown of the country's position on the topic that are being discussed by each of the components. A good position paper will not only provide facts but also make proposals for resolution.
Number 5. Reflect on your position and identify its weaknesses. This guideline encourages you to critically analyze your own stance on the topic you're addressing in the position paper. Consider potential counter-arguments or weaknesses in your position. This demonstrates a thoughtful and well-rounded understanding of the issue. Acknowledging weaknesses in your position allows you to address them proactively and strengthens your overall argument. Number 6. Cite valid and reliable sources, 3 or more, to establish the credibility of your arguments. It's essential to support your position with credible evidence. This guideline emphasizes the importance of using trustworthy sources to back up your claims. By citing at least 3 reputable sources, you demonstrate that your position is grounded in well-established information. This adds credibility to your arguments and enhances the persuasiveness of your position paper.
View the issue in a different perspective so you can present a unique approach. Viewing the issue from a unique perspective in a position paper is crucial to present a distinctive approach and enhancing the persuasiveness and originality of the argument. And why do we need to limit our position paper in 2 pages? Limiting a position paper to 2 pages ensures a conciseness and focuses on the most compelling arguments and making it more accessible and impactful for readers.
Number 9. Analyze your target readers and align your arguments to their beliefs, needs, interests, and motivation. Analyzing your target readers allows you to tailor your position paper to resonate with their beliefs, needs, interests, and motivations. This alignment increases the likelihood that your arguments will receive, fostering a connection between your ideas and your audience. It demonstrates a thoughtful understanding of their perspective, making your position more persuasive and engaging. Number 10. Summarize the other side's counter-arguments and use various evidence and data to refute them. Summarizing counter-arguments and providing evidence to refute them in a position paper is crucial for several reasons. Firstly, it demonstrates a true understanding of the topic, showcasing your ability to engage with opposing viewpoints. This not only strengthens your credibility but also shows respect for differing opinions. Secondly, by addressing counter-arguments directly, you preemptively answer potential concerns or objections your readers might have. This helps to build a more convincing and comprehensive case for your opposition. Lastly, incorporating various evidence and data to counter opposing views adds weight to your arguments. It reinforces the validity of your stance and enhances the overall persuasiveness of your position paper.
11. Use an active voice as much as possible to achieve dynamic and firm one. It contributes to a tone of strength and conviction that helps the writer to take a firm stand in a position, reinforcing the credibility of the arguments. Number 12. Arrange your evidence logically using an inductive or deductive approach. When we say inductive, it is starting with the specific details leading to a general conclusion, while deductive begins with a general idea that leads to a specific conclusion. Overall, both approaches offer advantages in making a position paper by providing logical frameworks for organizing evidence and guiding the readers.
So, to check your arguments for fallacies, here are some tips. First, identify the type of fallacy. Familiarize yourself with common fallacies such as ad hominem attacks, strawman arguments, appeal to emotions, false cause, appeal to authority, circular reasoning, and etc. Second, examine the structure of your argument. Analyze the logical structure of your argument to ensure that your premises lead to the conclusion. Look for any gaps or consistencies that might weaken the logical flow. And the third, scrutinize your evidence. Carefully assess the evidence you provide to support your argument. It is reliable, relevant, and up-to-date. Avoid cherry-picking data or using anecdotal evidence that may not be representative or applicable to the broader context. Fourth, question your assumptions. Be aware of any underlying assumption that might influence your argument. Assumptions can go under question but may weaken the validity of your reasoning. Consider alternative perspectives and challenge your assumptions to strengthen your argument. And 5, seek counter-arguments. Actually, look for counter-arguments or opposing viewpoints to position. Addressing counter-arguments demonstrates the ability to encourage with differing perspectives and strengthens your overall argument. Ignoring counter-arguments can undermine the validity of your position. 6. Avoid logical fallacies. Be cautious of using common logical fallacies such as sweeping, generalizations, hasty, generalizations appeal to ignorance, or appeals to popularity. Take time to critically evaluate each element of your argument and ensure that your reasoning is sound. So next, use ethical, logical, and emotional appeal. So, ethical appeal or ethos. Establish trust, credibility, and reliability of demonstrating your ethical character and expertise. Consider these tips. First, use evidence from reputable sources and cite experts in field to bolster your position. Second, highlight your own qualifications and expertise on the topic to enhance your credibility. And next, logical appeal or logos. Build a rational, logical, and argument by presenting coherent and persuasive reasoning. Consider these tips. 1. Put forth a clear, well-constructed thesis statement and outlines your main argument. Second, Build your case using strong evidence, logical reasoning, and valid, reliable data. Use logical fallacy check to ensure your argument is free from common flaws. And the last, emotional appeal or pathos. Tap into the emotion of your audience to create a connection and evoke empathy or passion. Consider these tips. First, use vivid and relatable storytelling to engage the audience and create an emotional impact. Second, appeal to the values, beliefs, and shared experience of your audience. Third, utilize compelling anecdotes, testimonials, or real-life examples to evoke emotion.
Writing with style and clarity. Many students make the mistakes of thinking that the content of their paper is all that matters. Although the content is important, but it will not mean much if the readers can't understand what you're trying to say. So, writing with style and clarity is very important. It is very necessary because having this will make it easier for the readers to understand what you are trying to say and what does that mean.
Diction is refers to the choice of words for the expression of ideas. Choose words that match your stance, making your arguments easy to grasp. This clarity helps persuade readers effectively, making your position paper for complying and accessible.
And the next one is paragraph. Creating a paragraph is very essential. They come in so many sizes and patterns that no single formula could possibly cover them all. A well-constructed paragraph begins with a clear topic sentence that introduces the main idea. This is followed by supporting sentences that provide evidence, examples, or reasoning to bolster your position. Finally, a concluding sentence wraps up the paragraph and transitions smoothly to the next point. Effective paragraphs enhance the overall flow of your position paper, guiding the reader through a logical progression of ideas. They contribute to the clarity of your argument and make it easier for your audience to follow your perspective. By mastering the art of paragraph construction, you can convey your position more persuasively and engage your readers effectively. The two basic principles of paragraph remembers are these. As a general rule, you should address only one major idea per paragraph. This principle underscores the importance of focus within each paragraph. By centering on a single major idea, you avoid confusion and ensure clarity of your readers. This approach allows you to truly explore and develop one aspect of your arguments or topic, providing in-depth analysis and supporting evidence. And the next one, carefully and clearly organize the order of your paragraphs so that they are logically positioned throughout your paper. Our organized structure enhances the overall coherence of your paper, helping readers navigate your arguments effortlessly.
Transition. Transition helps you to establish logical connections between sentences, paragraphs, and sections of your paper. Basically, transitions provide the reader with directions for how to piece together your ideas into a logical, coherent argument. In other words, transitions tell readers what to do with the information you present them. Whether single words, quick phrases, or full sentences, they function as signs for readers that tell them how to think, organize, and react to old and new ideas as they read through what you have written. In shifting to a different topic using the word similarity, you use the following transitional words such as also, in the same way, just as, so too, likewise, and similarly. For number 2, which is exception and contrast, you can use the transitional expressions such as but, however, in spite of, on the other hand, nevertheless, etc. For number 3 is sequence/order. You can use the transitional expressions such as first, second, third, next, then, and finally. For number 4 is the word example. You can use the transitional words such as for example, for instance, namely, specifically, and to illustrate. Number 5 is the word emphasis. You can use the transitional expression such as even, indeed, in fact, of course, and truly. Number 6 is place/position. You can use the transitional expression such as above, adjacent, below, beyond, here, in front, in back, and so on and so forth. For number 7, which is cause and effect, you can use the transitional expression such as accordingly, consequently, hence, so, therefore, and thus. Number 8 is additional support or evidence. You can use the transitional expression such as additionally, again, also, and, as well, besides, equally, important, further, furthermore, so on and so forth. And last but not the least, which is conclusion/summary, you can use the transitional expressions such as finally, in a word, in brief, in conclusion, in the end, in the final analysis, etc.
Next is grammar and spelling. You must make certain that your paper is free from grammar and spelling mistakes. A good grammar and spelling contribute to effective communication. If your paper is free from errors, your readers can focus on the content rather than being distracted by mistakes.
Plagiarism and academic honesty. Plagiarism is a form of stealing with as others offense against in the law. Ignorance is no excuse. In a position paper, copying someone else's word and saying, it is yours like taking something doesn't belong to you, just like now not knowing the rules does not excuse breaking in the law. Not know about plagiarism does make it okay. So in your paper, always be give credit to the original authors to be honest and fair.
So, I'm going to explain how to avoid plagiarism. To avoid plagiarism, you must give credit whenever you use another person's idea, opinion, or theory. Always acknowledge where you got an idea or someone else's way of thinking. If it's not your own original thought, give credit. Any fact, statistic, graphs, drawing, any place information that are not common knowledge. If the information is widely known and you found it's someone specific, let your audience know where it came from. Quotation of another person, actual spoken or written words, when you directly quote someone. Use quotation mark and mention who said or who wrote these words. This gives proper credit. Paraphrase of every paraphrase of another person, spoken or written words. Even if you put something in your own words, if the original ideas belong to someone else, give them credit. It's about to acknowledging the source of the information.
So, here are the 4 general kinds of position paper. 1. Expositive. Expositive asserts or fallacies and interpretation based on a particular viewpoint. An expository position paper is a time of writing that aims to present a well-reasoned and well-supported argument or position on that particular topic. When writing an expository position paper, the author typically presents a specific position or argument on an issue, providing evidence, examples, and logical reasoning to support their stance. The paper should be structured in a way that allows the reader to understand the author's position and the reasons behind it.
Comparative. Comparative defends the similarities and differences between positions. Example of comparative writing. Setting out the arguments and position your own words. Requires you to define your claims of commonality and difference.
Evaluative. Evaluative argues the merits or plus of a particular case. In a position paper, the evaluative component involves assessing and analyzing the strengths and weaknesses of different perspectives or arguments related to the given topic. This often includes weighing evidence, considering counter-arguments, and ultimately forming a reasoned judgment or stance on the issue at hand. The evaluative aspect is crucial for demonstrating a true understanding of the subject and presenting a well-informed position.
Constructive proposed what should be done or believed in. What does it mean? In the context of position paper, having a constructive element means proposing specific actions or beliefs regarding the issue at hand. It involves offering solutions, advocating for particular course of an action, or presenting a set of beliefs that align with the writer's position on the topic. So hi guys, how are you guys doing after watching the video? Position paper isn't really difficult if you just know how to properly do it right. Right? So I hope you guys learned something from this video, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.